great. I'm going to go into the Little Caesars. I'm feeling a certain type of way. So I'm going to think about being the President of the United States of America every day for the rest of my life until I get 2 terms. I purposely stayed out of politics. Charlie Kirk did not want to run for president, which is absolutely insane. He's like, nope, I have a podcast. Wow. I mean, there are some weird people out there. That is a weird belief. And Ben Shapiro needs to run. Everyone needs to run. Get the politicians out of politics. Get the politicians out of politics as far as the president goes. Now, for the other, that's fine. The other stuff. Lifetime politician. No, George Washington wanted variety. And I'm going to have some variety. Okay? Oh, RNG. That's exactly right. 9 RNG. That's exactly right. RNG stands for Random Number Generator. Notice how my voice kind of sounds like somebody you'd recognize? The Lord lets me change up my voice. And it helps me. I'm a multifaceted, hyper efficient, multi-fishing pole fisherman for the Lord. Mark 1:17, proof text. I'll make you fishers of men. So I want to go out there and win souls. Just Charlie Kirk, he mixed the gospel into his politics. That's exactly what's going to be happening to me too. And Latter-day Saints are going to take over this wicked world. And the informed minority, the righteous informed minority, will crush the uninformed majority. And to be fair to the non-members, they don't feel what we feel. And some of our members don't remember what it was like to not have the Holy Spirit. Come to our church, feel the Spirit. And if you want to deny that for the God of this world, the gods of this world, Baal, self-worship, and just whatever else is out there. This life is about choosing your own adventure, okay? And by the dictates of your own conscience. Let's talk about abortion. Abortion is really, 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 really bad in my worldview. If I become president, the world needs to respect my worldview a little bit more than normal because I'm president. And if you want your worldview respected a little bit more, then you can be president. But I'm pro-life, and I'm very, very strong pro-life. Even without religion, I'm pro-life. I just think once you're pregnant, I think you should be nice and donate the baby that's in there. But some people are so stupid, and you can't underestimate how stupid people are. Albert Einstein said the world's 1/1,000,000th dumbest person is significantly dumber than I am smart. And the depths of stupidity, when you have stuff like alcohol, when you have stuff like TikTok and stuff like that, people gaslight themselves into stupidity. They brainwash themselves. People, so-called Christians, succubus on the pornography, and we don't have a lot of super innocence. I didn't realize that the city that I live in is the 9th safest city in the U.S. in California. Only for 1 year, but we're in a very safe city here. But there's other cities. Basically, this world is a mess, and I'm going to clean it up. And I'm not going to be doing it alone. It's going to be me and legions of angels. I'm going to be very funny. and I'm going to say what the Lord wants me to say, and we're going to be doing righteous gaslighting, and we're going to be saying one thing, and it's going to fork. I have the gift of tongues, and we're going to fork everything off. The Lord's going to help me, and I will pretend to be wicked. That's going to do nothing except help me get elected. So I'm going to do fake crimes, fake rumors, and my friend Philip said that I have a very clean past, and that's absolutely the truth. He wanted to run, but he had just too many crimes on the record and all this. But he said he's an extrovert. He has the skills for that job. I think he could still, run, but we had a little riff-raff. I enjoyed his voice. I enjoyed his laughter. But at the end of the day, he had crossed some boundaries, and I made a vow that I was going to break up with him as a friend if he did X, Y, and Z, and he did exactly that. And my friend, I could just say what it was. He got scammed. My friend got scammed. The book of Proverbs says, don't back up the truck, don't cover somebody else's loan because you're going to get your bed taken from you. And you didn't even do anything wrong. And that's exactly what happened. People love money so much, which leads me into my UBI policy. Andrew Yang wanted $1,000 a month for every American, which would be way better than nothing. But I'm going to start us off with a micro UBI of $77, which is going to cost us $3.2 trillion, trickling up from the bottom. This will keep the prices low, because $1,000 a month, there's going to be some massive winners and losers that we don't know about. If you think about it, it's going to maybe help or hurt the middle class. It's going to obviously help the poor, and it's going to hurt the rich. But I'm going to have Mr. Beast as my vice president. I had a dream about that. We are going to be married up there as far as president and vice president. He is a YouTuber that has the most subs, basically, and he has a way of living life that makes the God that I worship want to let him into heaven without Christ. That's how amazing that kid is. And love wins, okay? And he goes to Africa, which is my homies, digs water wells, and he's just a good guy all around. He doesn't want the fame and glory. He thinks living life to get a bigger box is just lame and stupid, okay? And I agree with that. And I don't know. I just think he's very popular, and that'll help me get votes. Plus, I want to get the Mark of the Beast Act. The Mark of the Beast Act is where we have in the Constitution, we add it to the Constitution, which is what you're able to do. Whatever it takes to add it to the Constitution. I haven't looked into it all the way. But basically, you add it to the Constitution, the Mark of the Beast Act, and he's going to be Mr. Beast. No microchips in the right hand, no microchips from outer body into body. We can use cards, we can use scanners, you can attach it to your phone, but the Christians, you got to the Christians are out there. The book of Revelation says right hand, forehead. Let them do it in England. Let them do it in France. Let them do it in Brazil or something, but not in the United States of America. We're going to be the last ones to do that, and it's never going to happen because let's push back the Antichrist as far as we can. Everyone thinks that the whoever runs is the Antichrist. The Christians are going to have a field day because we're going to troll them, because they're going to think that I'm the Antichrist and that he's the Mark of the Beast because his name's Mr. Beast. So it's going to be pretty funny, and it's just going to be a joke on the religious people. I'm very religious. I'm a member of Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and there's this show called Mormon Lives, Mormon Wives. Well, that's a show that gets publicity, but the LDS Church is actually, I created this thing when I was in 5th grade called Perfect Day, and I had this idea that we're all going to act like we're perfect every second for that day, and we basically just act perfect even though we aren't perfect, and we just kind of overact perfection. And we did it, and our stepmom had this really dumb idea of doing it every day. No is the answer, but it just ruined it. We're never going to do it again after you said that. It was just like, oh, that's lame. But we did it for a little bit, and it was fun. It was funny. But UBI is called Universal Basic Income, And I don't mind having it bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't care. Yeah, if somebody wants to sign it, that's big, great. But my idea is to start it off really cute, because the rich people are gonna get pissed off maybe. But it's called the Orange Mormon Abortion UBI card, or you can call it the Orange Abortion card. But I like Mormon because it kind of rhymes with orange too, and I'm Mormon. But the idea is, it generates $77 on its head every month, and it's for every man, woman, child in the country. And you can spend it at the marketplace, and you can use it for cash. And and everyone gets it, even if you're in prison. The only way you can lose it if you're a woman is if you get an abortion. And the only way you can lose it as a man, I have to think of a crime that's really bad. Oh, murder. Like adult murder. Or, yeah, murder of anyone. Like unrighteous murder. First degree murder. Let's do first degree murder for now. So that's fair. So second degree murder is you walk in on your wife who's cheating on you, and you're just so pissed off that you beat the crap out of him, and then you say that's not enough, and then you kill him. Can we welcome that guy back into society at some point? Yeah, absolutely. That's called second degree murder. But we got to put him in jail for a while, because that's ridiculous, and we don't want to subsidize that behavior. This is not bunny rabbit behavior. First degree murder is, I'm plotting from a distance. I hate this person. I'm conversing with the devils. That's unrighteous. That's holy moly, crappy, wacky, horrible, bad. You know what? All murder. Any murder. Stop killing people. So for guys, it's any murder, first or second degree murder. I don't want you having an orange card if you're killing people. But if you're a woman, it's only an abortion. So if you have second degree murder on an adult, that's not an abortion. That's second degree murder. So for guys, it's any murder, and for women, it's baby murder. So, and then you lose your UBI, but everyone else gets it, and all the other crimes that are ridiculously bad, you still get it, because it's unconditional, conditioned only on abortion. And you're going to be surprised at how many, and abortion is illegal, but you can still do it. And this is why we're going to have the cake and eat it too, because people in this world are so stupid, they don't even know that it's a baby. They think it's a clump of cells, or they think it's my body, my choice. Great, kill the baby. Just don't get caught. Okay? The reason why I want it illegal is to save babies from people that are smart, stupid hybrids. Okay? So they're just blindly following the law. That's not a my body, my choice. That's I'm an idiot and I'm pregnant. What are my options? I want them to get excited about having a baby and giving it away, because they're going to make somebody have a baby, and they're going to be very happy. You can produce UBI cards by having babies. And this is what Charlie Kirk wanted. He said, I want to pay families to have babies. Well, this is how you do it. There's a new orange card every time a baby is made, and the card goes to the baby. Unless you adopt, then it goes to the baby and the baby mama. That now you have $77, and you say, well, $77, what's that going to buy me? Well, it's transferable, it's pawnable, it's loanable, and you can even steal it from other people. There's no, if there's an orange card, it's illegal to card the person, because you can just give it to you give it to your family. You could sell it on the marketplace for $3,000. There are people who lick their lips, and they're going to collect 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 orange cards. There are people who would rather have $77 a month than $3,000 today. Those people are going to buy it from you. You have $5,000 in credit card debt? Sell your UBI card for $5,000. Take that cash, pay off your credit card debt, which is at 29%. And by the way, I'm going to ban usury by law. If you loan someone $5,000 at 0% interest, you can sue them to get the money back. But if you loan them at 18% interest, you can't sue them to get the money back. They still owe you, and you could do whatever you could call them, try to get a debt collector, but it's not that they do not. If they feel the interest rate's too high, they don't have to pay you back, because my Bible is against usury. You shouldn't be loaning with interest. If you're loaning, that's to help someone. Okay? So now we're going to course correction. Okay. What else is my policies? Q15. I have a Q15. there is 15 chairmen of 15 positions, just like the normal cabinet. I'm also going to have an extra person every single month, and it's going to be a poop show on the TV. And they're going to have who's the next person. The person will never fire them. They get to be a part of it. We're going to have a reality TV show called Eric Smith and the President of the United States. Eric Smythe and the Presidency. Or Eric Smith. That's what it's called, the TV show. ERIC''S space MYTH. It's called Eric Smith, the 2032 presidency. Okay? That's what my campaign is. It's Eric Smith, because this is my myth. Okay, there's a no that just popped up. No parking at any time. Well, that does changes everything. Just the way it popped up. I want to get Little Caesars, so we're going to drive over there right now. We have a quarter tank of gas. I'm basically David A. Bednar mixed with Spencer W. Kimball, mixed with a bunch of other people in a bunch of other places. Oh, Charlie Kirk. And Gary Girardelli and some other people. And I've been growing spiritually. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and it's time for this calling. No matter how hard politics is and how stressful it is, it's nothing compared to what I've gone through in the hospitals. Schizophrenia, missing my meds and getting crushed. If I have a clean mind, everything's going to be fine. I've never gotten drunk. I've never done drugs. And what was the other one? I've never had sex. And sex will mess up your mind if you're a dude, or especially a woman, actually. I've heard some things about it. Once you do it once, you know what it is. My friend, he dipped it in with no condom. And he said it feels so good. And he says you think about it every day for the rest of your life. And his dad said that too. So, that's something, alright? People are sexual beings. And then oral sex is probably a different spirit. But there's sexy time spirits. And I haven't engaged with that. I have done masturbation. I've done the pornography one where you watch people have sex, and there's a pornography spirit, and there's the masturbation spirit, succubus, and it's very... Human beings are outrageously beautiful when they take off their clothes, which is why we have clothes. Because it's just too much on the eyes. Just a naked human body and all that stuff. But Mr. Beast is always, all as my VP, he's going to have all sorts of ideas and stuff, and he's going to have his camera crew, and we're going to save the world by... Now listen, the sons of perdition, the daughters of perdition, the ones that are young, it's my money! Like those people, we're never going to stop them anyway. But at least, it's like, hey, what's worse, killing a baby or breaking the law? Well, in my worldview, killing a baby's worse. And you would agree, right? So, or do you think breaking the law is worse? Just break the law and kill the baby and don't get caught. If you get caught, guess what your punishment is? Nothing. Because you didn't have the orange UBI card before it happened. I just take that one card back. Oh, well, that's $3,000 value. Well, then, I mean, okay, well, it's an incentive not to do it then. And by the way, if you do get knocked up, hallelujah, just go through it, have the baby, and you'll pick up another orange card. Now you have 2 cards. Now you have the $144 a month. And by the way, 77 is the bare minimum. It's called micro UBI. I have no problem with 777. I have no problem with 1111. I have no problem with 666. 6666 is the mark. 666 is the mark of the beast. And I would like to make fun of Christians who try to say I'm the Antichrist or something. I have 350 Bible verses memorized. I'm a member of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. We have a different Jesus. Yeah, it's better than yours. That's what Spencer W. Kimball was saying. We have a better definition, and we have a better Jesus. And I know I was, an evangelical Christian. I was a Calvinist. I tried Bible. We have a Bible. And look at this, we have a Bible. And it's so simple. Ephesians 2:8-9 and all this stuff. Yeah. So the alternative is we have these creeps like Biden, Trump, and Bush, and Obama. Well, Obama's Obama. Obama. It's like, he wasn't exactly a Christian, Obama. But listen, let's get the kids in there. Another policy is we're going to lower the age to run to 18. Actually, I might even lower it to 13. But at least to 18, because if you can go to war, you can run for president. George Washington, just make sure that you're loyal to this country. 18 or more older, live here for 18 years or more, and you're born in the USA. That's what I want to change it to. Right now, it's 21 years or more, 35 years old, and what was the other one? What was the other one? 21 years or more, born in the USA, at 35 years or older. So I'm about to be 35, and I spent my whole life studying the scriptures, memorizing it. How do you memorize 350 Bible verses? One Bible verse at a time. But it starts with a huge, massive love for either God in the Bible or just the Bible. But I would hope God in the Bible. And I know theologically it's better to love humans than a book that says, hey, you should go out and love humans. But I love the Bible so much. That's my book right there. I love it more than the Book of Mormon. But the Book of Mormon makes me feel more Holy Ghost. But not very many people believe it, that book. Which is unfortunate, but that's going to change when I'm president, because people are like, whatever spirit he has, I want to have that. And God will give you the desires of your heart. Psalm 37 verse 4, delight in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. I'm called of God to do this. This isn't just something that I came up with. But even if it was something I came up with, am I not better than the people that we have? I just went and saw a movie called Hoppers. And I liked it, actually, a lot. And I'm going to go out and I'm going to be like the Hoppers. And I'll be one person to one group and one person to somebody else. That's what Hoppers is. It's 1 Corinthians 9 verse 20. To the Jews, I become Jew to win the Jews. To the Gentiles, I become a Gentile to win the Gentiles. Paul can reach people that Jesus can never reach, because Jesus is too honest, too strong, comes on too hard, and he's not beautiful, at least compared to the other humans. It's God for me, then religion, then people, then my ministry, then my calling. My calling is a way to get bigger microphones so I can preach the gospel, and also a splash of righteousness and what's right. And we're going to save the babies. I have all the pro-life angels helping me and supporting me. And I've had enough of this pro-choice nonsense. Just let's be fun about it. I know so many people, the only reason why they got an abortion, and they regretted it, but the only reason why they got it is because it was legal. And the people that are screaming at the top of my lungs, it's my body, it's my choice, my body, my choice. Well, those people have made up their mind. They're not on the fence. Well, get an abortion then. I'll give you a card and then I'll take it back if you get caught. If you get away with it, you can keep using the orange card. That's how getting away with it works. My dad always told me there's no perfect crime. You'll always end up vomiting it before you enter the gates of heaven. But you can at least keep the cash. This life is about learning. This life is about a lot of different things, actually. People think it's about love because that's what the NDEs say, but if you go deep into prayer and you read the Bible, and you go deep into prayer and you read the Bible, go deep into prayer and you read the Bible, go deep into prayer and you read the Bible, go deep into prayer and read the Bible, you're going to find out it's holiness. And without holiness, no one will see God. The depths of God. Well, what is God? He's mostly love. He's love, and He's more than that. And we are God's children. Panentheism is what I lean towards. We are God's. He is God, and He's greater than that. He transcends us. So I have 3 spirit guides, the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. And sometimes I speak as a man, but God will discipline me as He does to all those whom He loves. And He does it differently for different people. Oh, look what time it is, 9:20 p.m. That's the 1 Corinthians 9:20 p.m., which is what? I call it righteous shape-shifting. You shape and you shift. You adjust to different crowds. If you're talking to a bunch of hooligans, be funny. If you're talking to the righteous, go deep. There's a time to be shallow. There's a time to go deep. I had a dream. I have so many dreams. I reference them like they're scripture sometimes. Just because dreams are personal. But it was this idea that this guy with gauges, massive things around his ears, and I didn't like him, man. I'm just like yelling at him, calling him out for gauges, and he doesn't like it at all, and he runs over and he beats the crap out of me. But it didn't hurt that much. And it was like getting tarred and feathered. And he gets out and he leaves and gets on with his life. And then I felt good about it. Because I had to get that out. I don't like gauges. And I don't like makeup on women. It's demonic in origin source. It's called Avon, which is the Hebrew word for idolatry. It's the to cling on your eye and stuff like that. But yeah, I used to idolize Paige, and I still do a little bit, micro-idolize. But she's getting married to somebody else. There's only a 10% chance that doesn't work out, according to stats. But there's a huge difference between a fiance and a wife, and I'm just praying for God's will and stuff like that. But I used to have a thing for Paige. I thought she was perfect, and I don't know, man. It's just, that was my favorite one, my favorite bird. But my favorite, I call her Rainbow Fish, because she had it all, and she was so beautiful. She looks like me, except female. And I'm into that, which is kind of funny. And she's into that too. And she definitely thinks I'm cute, but There are guys that are more cute, maybe. But she found a guy that was higher quality, and I did pray for her for a very, very, very long time to find a guy better than me. She would have to deny a better guy to get me. And the Lord is going to send me a wife. Oh, speaking of which, and I'm a desirist, and the reason why I was against wife is because I misunderstood Paul's gospel, or Paul's writing in 1 Corinthians 7. I didn't really get it, and then the LDS, we have more revelation, more clarity, and it's also a different time. Paul lived a long time ago, but obviously we need to stick it in to make babies, and you got to get married to stick it in. So that's how that works. I've denied a lot of fish in my life. I kind of just roll my eyes as they try to get me, and as a result, I'm not very touchy anymore. I don't like touching. I'm not very touchy-feely. But anyway, she found a guy. I think his name is John something. And I had a dream. She said he's really cute, but he's so obvious he's not spirit-filled. So she's going to have to flirt to convert. And God told me flirt to convert is okay, which is interesting. Because I said, stop trying to flirt to convert. The pulpit